What's up everybody, Jason from Jason's Exotic Reptiles, back at you with another video. This one we're going to get a little bit into some of the drama. We're going to talk about reptile market gimmicks. Before we dive full speed ahead into this video, let's show off this guy. This is a beautiful male Culpa Peruvian. Absolutely amazing boa. I've had him for a long time. Peruvians are the only BCCs that I currently, or boa constrictor that I currently have and breed. These just kind of stole my heart when I saw them, and he's just an absolutely amazing boa. I actually named him Frank. So he's a breeder and a pet, and he's produced almost all of my Peruvians to date. Before I dive into the gimmicks and have some fun, I want to emphasize that some of these are not gimmicks. Some of these are actually, they could be something that's good, but I just want to throw that out there that a lot of this is gimmicky, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. And it doesn't necessarily mean you should avoid these completely. So let's dive in. First one is going to be sales. Buy one, get one 50% off. Just anything related to creating a sense of urgency of, I need to buy this now. I've seen a lot of people do this, and a lot of them have told me, I just do a buy one, get one 50% off, but I jack my prices up. So I'm actually getting what I want, and people are thinking they're getting a deal. So that's kind of gimmicky, and the same thing with the buy one, get one free. Now, there are instances where you get an excellent deal, but a lot of the times, if somebody is doing something like that, it's because they can't sell the animals. And if they can't sell the animals, then do you really want to buy that? Now, if you're a pet keeper, maybe that is something you're interested in, is you can get a cool pair of pets. But if you are a breeder, do you really want to buy into animals that people are struggling to sell? People are trying to sell these things by saying, buy this one, get this one free, or buy this animal and you get the other one half off. Keep in mind that buy one, get one half off is only 25% off 2 animals, and a lot of people, if you buy a pair, they're going to cut you a deal anyways that's pretty close to 25% off. Now, the buy one, get one free is 50% off, and that could be a good animal. Many times it's if you buy only up to a certain amount. So beware and be cautious if this is something that you are going to act on. Sometimes you get a great deal, other times you're falling for the gimmick. The next gimmick I want to talk about is free shipping. Now, shipping is never free. Shipping costs a lot of money. The bigger the animal or the bigger the box and the heavier the box, the more it's going to cost. That cost is accounted for somewhere. So if the animal with the free shipping is still, this animal's wrapping me up, this guy would be hundreds of dollars to ship. But if the animal with the free shipping is still a good deal, then go for it. However, if you contact other breeders, maybe they have an animal that's $10 less and they have to charge you $60 or $70 for shipping, but it's a nicer animal. That might be the way you want to go. These animals live a long time, and you want to make sure you're purchasing something that you want, something that you're interested in, and not something you're falling for that free shipping for, or you're that deterred for free shipping. Many times, if people are struggling with the concept of the price of shipping, if they contact me and we can come to a mutual agreement, I may be able to do some type of an adjustment to it. Now, I do flat rate shipping. I've shipped a lot of animals, thousands of animals, and I get a really good deal with FedEx. So I feel my shipping costs are pretty reasonable. However, you will see $100 shipping or $120 shipping out there because that is the real cost to ship some of these animals. It's not cheap. So free shipping is never free. You paid for it somewhere. Gimmick number 3 is going to be overpriced pastels or mislabeled animals. So things like this is a Peruvian or a BCC or a Redtail, and it's not actually what they say it is. So it's an Argentine boa, but you look at it, it's not really a good Argentine boa. It's not even an Argentine at all. Might have been crossed multiple times down the line. So depending on who you buy from, you just need to make sure you're doing your due diligence when you're purchasing these things. And certain things like pastel and color enhancement genes, those are not really true. They're polygenic traits. We did film a reptile genetics video, which covers incomplete dominant, and recessive. We didn't cover polygenic, but in short, polygenic is something that is not genetic, but it can be genetically passed down to some component. In the 101 summary of it is you can't repeat it every time, and the more you outbreed it, the less nice it's going to be. So you could get this color enhancement gene, but the babies are going to look a little bit less colorful from what you had before. So don't fall for those Argentines or those poorly labeled BCCs that are not true BCCs. Just because it has a component to it doesn't mean that it actually is a BCC, and there's really no value. And don't fall for those pastels and things like that, unless it really is something you like. If you like this animal, then purchase it. But be careful if you're paying significant amounts of money more than what you would if you just got a really nice looking example of that animal without the pastel in it. Gimmick number 4 is starter kits. Now this applies to all kinds of stuff, whether it be you purchase a ball python starter kit or you purchase this package of a heat lamp starter kit. Many times if you piece these things together, you're going to get two things. You're going to get a better product and more closely to what you want. These starter kits are truly starter kits, and they usually have stuff that either you don't need. So let's say you get a reptile enclosure starter kit. Generally, there's things in there that you don't need and you wouldn't purchase to begin with. Or two, they're not the best product for what you should be buying. So beware of starter kits. They do save you some money if you're going to be getting everything in that kit and you're going to be using everything in that kit. But most of the times they piece together things that are generalized for a lot of different reptiles, and half of what they have in those kits are not something that you're going to want. Reptile gimmick number 5 are pairs and groups of animals. Now, this is another one I want to throw a caveat, is pairs and groups of animals as like a breeder package isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes breeder packages are fantastic, but a lot of the times what breeders will do is they will take one really nice animal. Now, typically doesn't happen with BCC or pure locale stuff, but they'll take, a head and a visual, and they'll piece it together and they'll give you a good deal on it. Most of the time, there's usually one very desirable animal and then one that they're going to struggle to sell. So they put it together as a package and they mark it as this breeder pair or this special that you can make all kinds of money with and all kinds of babies with, because they're struggling to get people to see the value of buying it as they have it. And they know that if they just try to sell that undesirable animal or that less desirable animal independently, it will be a longer time for them to sell. So they'll piece it together and they'll give you a deal on it. But what I would recommend is contact the breeders that you like, make a package deal by piecing together your own animals and your own components of the package, and you generally still get just as good of a deal, if not better, because you picked exactly what you want. So don't fall for those breeder packages or the trios of boas or the trios of whatever. Piece together, make your own trio, make your own pairs. You'll be happier in the long run. Even if it costs you a little bit more, it's going to give you more success in what you're doing, and it's going to fit into your plans better. Now, if somebody posts a pair, a group, a trio, whatever it might be, and it's exactly what you want, it could be an excellent buy for you. But don't fall for that as this sense of urgency of, I need to buy this. This is, I don't like that animal, but I like this one, and it's a good deal. Save your money. Talk to different breeders, talk to that same breeder, and maybe there's a different group that they can put together and you still get just as good of a deal. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reptile market gimmicks video. If you're looking for animals yourself, groups, pairs, trios, whatever it might be, check out my website, jasonsexoticreptiles.com. If you're looking to join a community of different people or learn a little bit more, educate yourself in the reptile market, reptile industry, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/jasonsexoticreptiles. And until next video, let's keep it moving.